After crossing the Ganga River, the Buddha left behind the bustling riverbanks crowded with elephants, horses, goods, and travelers of every ethnicity and social class. He chose instead the quiet village paths, shaded by trees and free of dust. Heading northward, the city of Vesala was still as prosperous as ever. Reaching Mahavana, the hall with the pointed roof, the Buddha stayed there for several days, encouraging and exhorting the bhikkhus and bhikkhunas before continuing on his journey. Along the route through Videha, Moria, and Mala, and then onward to Kolia, no significant events arose, nor were there conditions suitable for delivering major discourses. One notable moment, however, was the Buddha's reunion with the venerable elders Vapa, Asaji, and Mahanama. Seeing that they had grown frail with age, he advised them to settle in places such as Jetavana, Veluvana, or Kosamba, where the four requisites of life were stable and sufficient, allowing them to care gently for their remaining years. The Buddha also met again the three Kassapa brothers, Uruvela Kassapa, Gaya Kassapa, and Nadi Kassapa, along with their following in a forest. He likewise advised them to bring their ascetic wanderings to a close and seek a quiet place of settled retreat. That year, the Buddha spent the rains retreat on the white rocky hill of Kalikapabata in the town of Kalika, beside the cool green Kimikala River in the land of Kolia. Together with the community of bhikkhus, there were already many huts and caves established there since the Buddha's 13th rains retreat. Moreover, near the town lay a beautiful mango grove, one that Venerable Meghiya, the Buddha's attendant at the time, was especially fond of and deeply attached to. After everything had been settled and stabilized, from time to time, the Buddha would take his alms bowl and go out alone, seeking to guide those with the appropriate conditions. On one particular day, using his supernormal powers, the Buddha traveled a considerable distance and returned to the city of Alav, staying at the Agalava shrine in order to further plant seeds of awakening among the people there. In truth, the Buddha had intentionally come to guide the young woman who was a weaver. More than 2 years earlier, when the Buddha had taught the practice of mindfulness of death, she had been deeply moved and filled with joy. From that moment onward, she had practiced with great diligence, never letting go of that meditation theme. By day or by night, news that the Buddha was residing at the Agalava shrine in the city of Alav quickly spread everywhere. The Buddha's subduing of the Yaka, Alavaka, which had brought peace and safety to the land, was regarded as an immense blessing. Thus, from the king and the royal court to the common people, everyone eagerly came to pay homage, listen to the Dhamma, and make offerings, unlike other occasions. After the lay supporters had placed alms into the Buddha's bowl, and he had finished his meal, he did not deliver a discourse right away that day, as if he were quietly waiting for someone. The assembly of bhikkhus, sensing this, also remained silent, sharing in that stillness. And indeed, just as it was so, at that very moment, the young weaver felt a stirring restlessness in her heart. She wished to finish all her tasks as quickly as possible, so that she might have time to go to the Agalava shrine to behold the countenance of the Buddha and listen to the Dhamma. But unexpectedly, that morning, when she arrived at the weaving workshop, her father turned back and reminded her, "At the loom, I still have a garment for a customer that I have not yet finished, because we ran out of thread. So at home, you must quickly wind the thread onto the spools and bring them to the workshop at once." By the time she finished winding the thread onto the spools, it was already close to midday. She placed the spools into a basket, tucked it under her arm, and hurried on her way. The path to the weaving workshop passed by the Agalava shrine, and unable to resist her longing to see the Buddha, she quickened her steps, crossed through the garden, slipped through the crowd, and glanced in through a window. Seeing the Buddha, radiant with auspicious marks and luminous presence, the young woman felt great joy. Quietly, she said to herself, "This is my father, the one who taught me mindfulness of death. Since then, my mind has become like the still surface of an autumn lake. I no longer harbor jealousy or harshness toward anyone. I am no longer afraid of anything at all, not even of death." At that moment, the Buddha had already noticed the young girl, and he said, "The young girl standing outside the window, holding a basket of thread spools under her arm, come inside. The Tathagata wishes to ask you something." The people turned around in surprise. The girl respectfully complied, stepped inside, placed the basket at her feet, and bowed properly to the Buddha. The Buddha smiled and asked, "Child, where have you come from?" "Venerable Blessed One," she replied, "I do not know." Then the Buddha asked, "Where are you going?" "Venerable Blessed One," she replied, "I also do not know." "Do you truly not know?" the Buddha asked. "Venerable Blessed One," she said, "I know." "Do you truly know?" the Buddha asked again. "Venerable Blessed One," she replied, "I do not know." Thus, the Buddha asked her 4 questions. Hearing her answers, the people became displeased and murmured among themselves, "Look at that! In the presence of the fully enlightened one, how dare the daughter of a weaver speak in such a playful, careless manner? How rude, how improper, how disrespectful." The Buddha smiled gently to reassure the crowd, raised his hand as a signal for silence, and then continued questioning the young girl. "Child, when the Tathagata asked you, 'Where have you come from?' why did you answer, 'I do not know'?" "Venerable Blessed One," she replied, "the teacher already knows clearly that I came here from the house of a weaver. Therefore, when the teacher asked me, 'Where have you come from?' I understood that the teacher was asking, 'From which realm were you reborn to arrive here?' And in that sense, my answer, 'I do not know,' was truly in accordance with the truth." The Buddha praised her. "Well done, well done. You have answered the Tathagata's question correctly." Then the Buddha continued, "When the Tathagata asked, 'From here, where will you go?' why did you answer, 'I do not know'?" "Venerable Blessed One," she replied, "the teacher already knows clearly that I will carry the thread spools in this basket to the weaving workshop for my father. Yet when the teacher still asked me where I would go, I knew for certain that the teacher was asking, 'When you depart from this life, to which realm will you be reborn?' And in that sense, my answer, 'I do not know,' is truly in accordance with the truth." The Buddha said, "You have answered the Tathagata's question correctly." Thus, the Blessed One praised the young girl for the 2nd time. Then he continued questioning her. When the Tathagata asked, "Do you truly not know?" why did you answer, "Yes, I know"? "Venerable Blessed One," she replied, "this is something I do know. I know with certainty that I must die. For that reason, I answered as I did." The Buddha said, "Once again, you have answered the Tathagata's question correctly." Thus, the Blessed One praised the young girl for the 3rd time. Then he continued, "When the Tathagata asked, 'You know, is that so? Why did you say that you do not know?' "Venerable Blessed One," she replied, "I know only one thing for certain. that I will die. But I do not know when death will come. Will it come by day or by night, in the morning or in the evening? That I do not know. Therefore, my answer, I do not know, is truly in accordance with the truth. The Buddha said, "You have answered the Tathagata's questions correctly." Then the Buddha continued, "In this world, the foolish, those without wisdom, even though they have eyes, are as if blind, but the wise, those endowed with wisdom, even if their eyes were blind, can still see all things clearly. They escape the hunter's net and reach a place of safety." And the Buddha recited this verse, "The world stumbles, blind and lost. Rare indeed are those whose eyes are clear. When the net descends, few birds escape. Only a handful rise to peaceful skies." Warmer, when the verse ended, the young woman, the weaver's daughter, attained the fruit of stream entry. As for the people gathered around, they breathed a sigh of relief. Their hearts lightened. No one dared to reproach the young weaver girl anymore. Instead, they regarded her with deep respect, for it was clear that she understood the depth of the Dhamma more profoundly than anyone else present. After that, the young woman bowed to the Buddha, her heart filled with immeasurable peace, and then carried the basket of thread spools to the weaving workshop for her father. At that moment, her father was sitting at the loom, asleep. She did not notice that he was sleeping and reached out to hand him the basket. Unfortunately, the basket struck the top beam of the loom and fell, causing a loud noise. Her father startled awake and, by chance, grabbed the lever at the head of the loom and pulled it down forcefully. The revolving beam swung around and struck the young woman directly in the chest. She died instantly and was reborn in the Tusita heaven. At the Agalava shrine, after the Dhamma talk had ended, the Buddha remained seated in silence and did not rise. The great assembly did not understand. The 2 rows of lay followers did not understand. But when the young woman met with the accident and her breath ceased, the Buddha then opened his eyes and said, "The weaver girl, after those few questions, attained the Dhamma eye. She was the Tathagata's young daughter. Just now, she met with a sudden accident. The beam of the loom fell, struck her chest, and she died. She has now been reborn in the Tusita heaven." Casting his gaze slowly over the assembly, the Buddha continued, "From the town of Kalika, the Tathagata came here not only because of conditions connected with all of you, but also for another very important reason, to liberate the weaver girl. For the Tathagata knew in advance that she would die in this way. If she had not been firmly established in the noble Dhamma, that untimely death could have led her to painful realms. Moreover, her father would have suffered greatly and might even have gone mad. But there is no need to worry. The Tathagata will guide him." And indeed it was so. The girl's father later received instruction from the Buddha on the 4 noble truths. Seeing the truth clearly, he asked to be ordained as a bhikkhu and followed the Buddha back to the white limestone hill of Kalikapabata to continue the rain's retreat. It is said that later, through diligent practice, he attained the fruit of arahantship. The weaver girl departed very gently, like a soft breath, dissolving into the vastness of space. There were no final words, no clinging, no panic, only a mind that had paused in time, that had clearly seen the path she was walking amid a noisy and hurried world where people rush endlessly toward the future and forget the very ground that supports each step. She lived fully within that rare state of wakefulness. She knew that she would die, just as all beings must. And precisely because she knew this, she did not waste a single moment on fear. She also did not know when death would come, so she did not postpone returning to herself until tomorrow. For her, every step and every breath was a place of refuge, and when death arrived, it was no longer a shock. It was simply a very natural transition. Her death did not carry the color of mourning, but the quiet form of a gentle reminder that what is truly frightening is not impermanence, but living an entire life without ever truly waking up. The deluded may have eyes, yet see as if blind, walking in full daylight and still losing their way. The awakened, even with eyes closed, clearly see the path home, because they do not chase the outer world, but return to rest within their own mind. We often ask where we come from and where we will go, yet forget the only thing we can truly hold, this very moment, right now, here, in the breath that is coming in and going out. Practice does not need to wait for free time, nor for life to become calm and settled. All it takes is a single moment of stopping, of letting go, of listening deeply to oneself, and the path is already open. The Weaver girl died suddenly, but she did not die in confusion. As for us, many times we are still alive, while our minds have already wandered far away. Death does not steal life. It is forgetfulness of ourselves that quietly does so each day. If you are listening to this story in a moment of stillness, gently ask yourself, if today were the last day, would my mind be at peace? And if the answer is not yet complete, then this very moment, not tomorrow, not some other time, is the most appropriate time to begin living with awareness.